Hello and welcome back to another Beyblade X unboxing video. Today we have another massive Beyblade haul to catch up with my collection, and this time I decided to order from a new place called Zenmarket. This is not a sponsor at all, but I'm sure if you've ever seen Beyblade Geeks, you've seen that they've sponsored Zenmarket almost every other video in order to get good prices for your Beyblades. And I wanted to put that to the test, see if it's a scam or not. But if you're not aware what Zenmarket is, it is a Japan proxy shipping site. So this website orders stuff from Japan websites like Japan Amazon and Mercari, which is their version of eBay, I think. Japan's version of eBay, Mercari. I'm not 100% sure, but this website, Zenmarket, takes your money. You have to give them money first, and then they order the stuff for you. And then once they have the stuff, you have to pay shipping to get the stuff from them to you, if that makes sense. That is as quick and concise as I could make it. But it did save me a lot of money, assuming I did not get scammed on any of these Beyblades. So without further ado, let's see what Beyblades I ended up pulling out. I ended up getting Tricera Press, a Beyblade not a lot of people kind of cared about. It was pretty glossed over, I think. But I'm very excited to get that metal ratchet. Oh, and it's busted up because I ordered it from Mercari. Again, it was like their version of eBay, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, and in the description, they did mention that the package was busted up. So that is nice, and I was expecting that to be like that. This one, however, I got from Japan Amazon because I could not find it on Mercari. And that is Pegasus Blast. Super excited to see that one. We have Samurai Calibur here. I'm not sure which website I got this one from. So that's a mystery. This one I definitely got from Japan Amazon, or Amazon Japan, whatever you want to say it. And that's Scorpio Spear. Super excited to get my hands on this. And this one was also from Mercari, and for whatever reason, the guy opened the box and threw away the box, and he sold just the Beyblade. I'm not sure why, but this one didn't come with a box, but it is, if you could tell, Shark Scale, the busted attack type. And it also came with a bunch of packing peanuts and bubble wrap that I already unwrapped, so your package seems pretty safe with them. But we shall see if any of these are really good mid fakes. I don't think they are, because most of them do have the Mercari or Takari Tomy logo, all except for the Shark Scale, because it doesn't come with a box, which again was mentioned in the description. So you all are gonna have to help me see if I got scammed or not, or whatever. Yeah, without further ado, let's get Tricera Press. Let's start unboxing with the Tricera Press busted up packaging. All right, here we have BX44 Tricera Press. There's the front of the box. I can't really show the back of the box because it's ripped off. Oh wait, here it is. Looking at the back of the box, I'll quickly go through these Beyblades because there's so many, and I'm sure all of you have seen the Beyblade Geeks again. But here we have the stats. It is supposed to be a defense type, and the gimmick with the blade, it is supposed to be really metal heavy on the prongs, which we'll go over. And also, the ratchet is the tallest ratchet as we have so far. It is an 85 height ratchet, but it has metal in it, so it will add some weight to your Beyblade. There it is comparing the white ring to the other ratchets. And then we have Bound Spike, which we have seen before on Night Mail. All right, let's get to the Beyblade. Just to be thorough, because I'm pretty sure this is not like a mid-fake or anything, but here is the card for the Beyblade, which looks like legit. And then here's the packaging they came in, which also looks legit. But I don't know. I have so many of these, but I don't remember how they're packaged. So I'm really looking out for everyone to help me see if I got scammed. But I'm pretty sure this is legit. Anyways. All right, here are all the parts laid out. As usual, I will start with the bit. And again, I'll go kind of quickly with this one. We've seen this bit before with Night Mail. It's in like a different green. I don't really like the color of the green. Low resistant bit, and the gimmick is once you put it into a ratchet, it gives it like a little bound gimmick where it doesn't fully set in and it bounces back out. As we see there, there's the tip. It might be, no, I think it's the same as regular bound spike. Well, it's not like it's a different bound spike, but from the bound spike that I have. Moving on to the ratchet. Here we have 585. So 5-sided ratchet, 5 points of contact. And this one is quite different because of the giant ring of metal. Here we have is a regular 5. I think this is a 580 for comparison. And you can tell the obvious metal ring that gives it weight. And it's supposed to be like 0.5 millimeters taller. It is really hard to tell, but it's there. Unlike the other 85 ratchets, the shape did not change much except for the white part. Which I'm not sure why they did that. And because it's an 85 ratchet, it does not matter if the bit resistance is high or low. It will just be the same in this ratchet. So you will not get like the benefits of a high resistant bit. There you go. Let us, we'll weigh the parts after. Let's look at the blade. Tricera press. Again, the gimmick with the blade is that the prongs, or whatever you want to call them, are really thick with metal, giving it like a heavy center of mass. And once it tilts, it kind of acts as the horns of the dinosaur. I like the avatar, it's pretty cool. It's kind of roundish, but like not at the same time. Side profile. Oh, it's got like plastic contact points, interesting. There's the bottom again for anyone who's curious. And let's weigh the parts. Sorry if I'm not being as thorough as I usually am, but we have a lot of Beyblades to go through. So that's 2 grams as usual. Here we have 85. Metal, 10 grams compared to the regular 880. So it adds like 3 more grams compared to the regular version, it seems like. Is that significant enough of an upgrade to warrant the extra height? Maybe. So 3 more grams heavier than this one. And we'll weigh Tricera press. All right, 38, just for comparison, Whale Wave that I recently unboxed. 2 grams lighter than Whale Wave. Size comparison, I guess. About the same size. Yeah, same size. All right, moving on to BX45 Samurai Calibur. Let's zoom out a little bit. For the box, this time it is not destroyed like the other box. Flipping it to the back, we could look at the stats. It is a balance type. Oh, what's up with the light? It's like dark now. Whatever. Oh, the plastic's not helping. Hold on, let me get this out of the plastic. All right, here we go. That looks better. So it is a balance type. It is quite the roundish blade compared to other balance types, which is surprising. I'm not really sure what the blade's gimmick is supposed to be. Maybe defense and attack because it is a balance type. I'm not sure what this is trying to say. 670. We've seen the 6-sided ratchet before, but I think this is new in height. And this really goofy merge bit, which is, I'm sure you've all seen this before, but it is extremely tall and silly. I don't know if it's going to be good for anything really because it's so tall. But we'll get to that once we actually unbox the thing. All right, here we have all the parts laid out. And we'll start off with this goofy looking bit. It is a high resistant bit and is extremely tall bit. Here's a regular bit for a comparison, and I think the exact number is like 3 millimeters taller. I'm probably wrong about that. It's probably like 4 or something. But I believe the reason for the extra height was to incorporate this bit of rubber, which is apparently rubber, but it does not feel like, I put some indents with my finger. It's a lot, it is soft, I guess, but it still feels like plastic to me. But as you just saw, I could put some indents into it with my finger. You can barely see it, you have to look hard. But it is just like a coat metal sharp, but it's called merge, and it's extremely tall with, I think, the most amount of gears on a bit we've seen so far. We'll see if this I believe will probably be way more aggressive than a coat sharp tip, which is a tip that we saw in Metal Fight. So I don't think this will be good for like defensive or balance type base. I believe this will probably be pretty aggressive. But yeah, just a ridiculous looking bit. Here we have is the ratchet. We have seen a 6-sided ratchet on Brave Valkyrie, I think it's called, but it's 1 millimeter taller, 7 millimeters tall. Side profile. It does have the bit resistance, so depending on the resistance of your bit, it will actually matter with the burst capability of it. Oh my god, look how silly that is. But yeah, it's in like a nice turquoise blue thing. Nothing much to say. Here we have is Samurai Calibur, the blade. And this is a lot more round. I mean, towards the top, it's a little square, but once you see the side profile, it is very round. There's not a lot of bumps here. If there is, it's very minor, the bumps. And then you can see it tapers off into a circle. So it's kind of like a weird cone shape, I guess, from the side profile. Like it goes inwards like that, from like a square to a circle. So I believe this will be a pretty decent blade, to be honest, for both, maybe not so attack, but definitely on stamina and defense. If you want attack on this blade, you probably want like a lower combo so it could get to the blades on its side. Another top. Yeah, it looks square from top, but from the bottom, it is very round and unbalanced, it seems like. I just noticed. Yeah, there's more metal on this side than this side. I guess that's the nerf, the roundness of it. The blade looks the same on both sides, but it's definitely not weighted the same. So let's weigh the parts. A bit usually weighs 2 grams. I'm willing to bet that adds like another gram. Oh, a little more than 1 gram. So it's a little heavier bit. Ratchet, 6 grams as usual, I believe. Yeah, 6.5, 0.4. There it is. Nothing to write home about besides being a new height for the 6-sided ratchet. Now let us see how much this weighs. It does not feel light. Ooh, 36 grams. Obviously not the heaviest blade, but very round. Now let's move on to the next Beyblade. Here we have UX14 Scorpio Spear. From the box, this Beyblade looks really cool, and it comes with a ripcord launcher, and I think the ripcord is slightly longer than normal cords. I would have to verify that. I need to look into that again. From the box, it's supposed to be another balance type. A lot of balance types I have this one, and the gimmick with the blade is finally a cool mode changing gimmick where there's a plastic ring, and once it rides the extreme line, the plastic retracts to make the Beyblade shape more aggressive, as you see there. But it has to ride the extreme line. And there's the stats that change once it rides that extreme line. Here is 070. I haven't personally unboxed or on this channel. I do have a 080 ratchet, but this is 070 ratchet. Extremely round ratchet. I don't see a lot of people using it still. I think it does have its disadvantages, and I don't know what Z means. I'm gonna be honest. It's just gonna be Z to me. Zap? I think it's Zap. Maybe? I'm just gonna say Zap. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the diagram that the ripcord is slightly longer. Is that significant enough to do anything? I don't think so, but we'll see once we actually use the launcher. Now let's unbox this. Just real quick, I wanted to look at the ripcord. There is the yellow extended ripcord. Kind of hard to fit the whole thing in the camera. And here's the regular ripcord I use in my videos. So if I could line that up good enough. Sure. Oh yeah, it's got a little bit more to it. Is there a better way of showing this? I think like that is the best way I could show it, because it's already bent. But it's that much amount of rip in the cord, I guess. I mean, it might like slightly help. I don't know if it's gonna be that significant at all. I mean, it's cool to have a longer ripcord. I'm sure it gives like a minuscule amount of power. Also, here is the launcher itself. I don't think there's anything new with this besides yellow prongs. If your favorite color is yellow, there it is. So quite a bright yellow, even in person. But yeah, anyways, let's get to the Beyblade. And here we have all the parts laid out. Starting off with the bit, it is a high resistant bit, balance type, and it just kind of seems like Zap or whatever Z is supposed to be. I'm just gonna call it Zap, correct me if I'm wrong. But it just seems to be a wider version of Point. Kind of looks like Level without an extra level. There is the Point, if you could see that, compared to my fingernail. So it is very, it is raised, but like not a whole lot at all. It's kind of hard to see with the shadow, but there is a little dot in the middle that is raised. And yeah, it just seems to be like a wider version of Point. I haven't seen anyone really use this at all for any competitive combos, but I guess it's cool. I mean, Level's pretty good and Point is pretty decent. So, you know, what happens if you just merge them both together? There is that. Here is 070. Now, I have not showcased this on the channel, but this is not a new ratchet. I think it first came out the 0-sided ratchets with Ghost Circle, I think. Now this is this is 070, so 70 height, 70 millimeters, I think. And I think the reason why people don't usually use this for any combos is these giant little prongs here. They're a huge contact point, even though just looking from the top and the bottom, like very round is what you want for a ratchet, so it doesn't snag on any of the Beyblades. But as you see here, 3 giant points for any Beyblades that are in the lower height to snag onto and burst. So I think that's why it's not very competitive. 0 might have potential, but maybe not at the 70 height. Maybe at 70, maybe a 60 height or lower, probably. But I don't know, really. There's scraping potential too. I don't know. A little unfortunate, but I guess not unfortunate, because if this was viable, everyone would use it and no one would ever bother with other ratchets. Here we have Scorpio Spear. There's the top profile of it. And let me rotate the plastic bit. Now, once again, the gimmick is once you launch this Beyblade, it stays in defense mode, where these plastic prongs kind of block out these giant gaps you see here. There's a side profile. And it must be launched in position, because once it turns, there's little plastic pieces blocking you from loading up the Beyblade with the blades or the plastic retracted. So it has to be launched in defense mode. Here's the side profile once again. And then the bottom. The bottom looks so funky. It seems like it's pretty evenly distributed, the weight. There's no like metal chunks anywhere hidden in there. It is a pretty hefty Beyblade. I can feel it in my hands. And yeah, once it rides the whole Beyblade Extreme line, this retracts and it becomes way more aggressive. And then to load it up again, you have to set it back to defense mode. Pretty cool gimmick. I'm not sure if that's gonna matter too much because this plastic is so thin. Just look how thin that is. But I'm sure with the lower height Beyblades, it will matter. This little plastic bit will, you know, take a few hits before it hits the extreme line. All right, let's weigh the parts. About 2 grams as usual, 2.5, 0.5 grams heavier than a normal bit, 6.5, sure. 7, oh, wow, look at that. I don't think that matters. Ooh, this is hefty. Here we go. Scorpio Spear. Ooh, is that almost 40 compared to Whale Wave again? So it is heavier than Whale Wave. Wow, it does have some weight to it. And I do like the aggressive shape with it, even with it in defense mode. And then I haven't really seen people battle with this at all. Maybe I'm just not watching the right Beyblade YouTubers. But look at that. Almost 40 grams. Look at that. All right, moving on to this time CX-07 Pegasus Blast. Super excited to have my hands on this Beyblade because the goofy gimmick on the bit, and that it's Pegasus, which of course is, you know, the iconic Metal Fight Beyblade from the Metal Fight saga or era, whatever you want to call it. This also comes with a longer string, or not string, ripcord launcher. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been reviewing these back to back to back. But there's the front of it. Super excited to get my hands on it. Not excited to ruin the paint on it. This is an attack type. And the gimmick revolves around the ratchet and the bit because they're both combined to have the gimmick, once it's first launched, it starts off in a sharp tip, and once it slows down, it turns into a flat tip, which is obviously more aggressive. And since it's a CX Beyblade, it also comes with a new assist blade, and of course the new gear chip if you care about designs. And then here we go, it is stating that the ripcord launcher is slightly longer. Cool. Ooh, I'm super excited about this Beyblade. Let's get this unboxed. All right, once again, let's quickly look at the ripcord. It is in a nice white, and I believe it's the same length. I wouldn't see why it would be different lengths as the Scorpio spear. Yeah, same length. Nice white, and I really like the color of the launcher. It is like a teal. It's on camera, it ends up looking a lot brighter than it is, but it's a lot more vibrant in person with the white prongs. So this looks really cool. I really like the look of this launcher. Anyways, to the Beyblade. All right, here we are the parts. It looks pretty funky just seeing the two parts like that, but we'll start off with the bottom with this weird combo ratchet thing. Extra gears, it becomes like a wide gear flat. And once again, the reason for the combo of the bit and the ratchet is once the Beyblade is launched hard enough, these prongs will pull back and reveal a sharp point. It's focusing on my fingers, so it's not the easiest to show. Maybe like this. Oh yeah, there you go. It is quite the prominent one. I was expecting like kind of a nub like that, but once it does slow down, it becomes a flat tip like that and regain a lot of its aggressiveness, I guess. It becomes way aggressive once it hits that flat part, of course. Here's the top of it. Really funny looking top, and it's got the screws you could actually take off. I thought they would be using rivets or something like that. So maybe there's potential for modifications. Let me see the height. How much height is this? That's a lot of height. That's a tall, wow. Let me see the tallest ratchet I have. So this is 580. That is still, that's like a freaking, like a 90 height or something. Look at how tall that is. So yeah, this ratchet combo is pretty tall. It is pretty round though. It's only got these tiny divots, so it's not too bad, I guess. And of course, that's to compensate the little gimmick it has here, which I'm super happy they incorporated into Beyblade X. It's such a fun gimmick. I don't think it's like the best gimmick, obviously, but it's a really fun gimmick to see it like gain a second life during battle. And of course, really wide gear flat tip. Moving to the blade. And I totally forgot about this. It comes with a new tool to disassemble the Beyblade. And I don't know how to use it. I think you're supposed to shove it back here. Oh yeah, you shove it back here. And using the little prongs in the gear chip, you twist and everything falls apart. You push that out and you pull this out. This being the assist blade, oh, you know, the assist blade that comes with Pegasus Blast. I still don't like assist blades. They need to add some sort of cool gimmick to it. There is the shape of it. It is kind of recessed into the blade, as most of them are. It is obviously triangle shaped, so it seems like it's way better for attack. Side profile, it is not that thick, and it doesn't seem like it adds that much height into the Beyblade. It's in like a neon green. It kind of looks like yellow on the camera, but it's green. It's like a greenish yellow. There's the bottom. I forget what the X means. Yeah, I don't really care about assist blades. They don't really do anything for me besides making the Beyblade look cooler. I mean, I haven't seen anyone really talk that if this is good or not. It looks pretty mid to me because it's still kind of prominent. But it's got an aggressive shape. I'm sure it's fine for attack, but I know whatever Slash, I think it is, not Slash, Jaggy, I think the assist blade is way better because it's so small. So I'm sure you want your assist blade to not assist you and be out of the way, which is kind of disappointing, but I haven't really seen anything about this assist blade. Moving on to the main blade, which is awesome. It's got like a wing motif here, which is really cool. And the shape reminds me a lot of Galaxy Pegasus, which is like my first Beyblade. And it was either Galaxy Pegasus or Ray Unicorno that got me into Beyblade. So seeing how I have it in my hands, it's just really cool. I know this is a competitive blade too. It's no pushover, it's not just for looks. And it looks awesome with the metal coat. Let me get closer, I don't know why I'm so far. Side profile, bottom. Comes with little screws that you could unscrew the Beyblade if you want for a mod, I guess. Is it cut evenly? It is cut evenly, so it is not unbalanced. But yeah, really happy to see this, especially since my original Galaxy Pegasus is broke. You know, it's kind of like I have a Galaxy Pegasus again. And a competitive part. And it's got some weight to it. We'll see how heavy it is. But we'll look at the gear chip with this Pegasus that kind of just reminds me of like Rainbow Dash, to be honest. Like it kind of looks cool, but then it just kind of reminds me of My Little Pony. But there it is. They try to make the Pegasus look as cool as it could. Feathers coming off of it, transparent, like yellow, green. I really like the color combo. Now let's weigh all these parts with the goofy ratchet combo thing. 13. So a typical ratchet is like what, 6 grams? 6, and then the bit. All right, it adds some weight. Like 4 more grams than it usually would with a normal bit. A normal bit and ratchet. Let's just put these two. Yeah, 9 grams. The bit's over here. 9 grams, so like 3 more grams heavier than a typical ratchet bit combo. So add some weight. Assist blade, 5 grams, not too bad. I mean, I totally forget what the other assist blades weigh. The main blade, 32. So this is lighter. It looks wider though. Yeah, it is a smidge wider. Just a smidge. But I'm sure once you combine these two, as you should, oh, it's about the same. Yeah, same weight. And gear chip, it's gonna be like what, 1 gram? I forget. 2 grams. No, 1.7. So in between those. And yeah, super excited to battle with this thing. But there's one last package that I need to get to before we weigh and look at all these completed combos together. All right, here we go. Shark scale. As mentioned before, my shark scale didn't come with the box at all. It just came in this plastic wrap. So let's slide this out. All right, come on. Here we have is, what is this, Hell Brave with, oh look, Jaggy, the assist blade I was talking about earlier. The prize Beyblade, shark scale in this packaging. And another used to be Hasbro exclusive, but now it's not. Tyranno Beat, I believe it's called. with these parts. So let me get them out of the packaging, and yeah, let me know if this is like this is the same packaging as I've been seeing before, but you know, I want to make sure I'm not like skipping over some details I'm missing out on. Like, does this ratchet really say Katara Tomy anywhere? Anyways, let me unbox it first, or unbag it. I'm gonna go through these Beyblades one by one just because it's simpler to see everything. I'll go through the first two pretty quickly because we all want to see Shark scale, but here we have is level. Once again, it's a pretty good bit and it's all black, high resistance. That little nub in the middle is barely visible. Like, I can't even see it. Put it on my nail, I can't see it either. It's just like a flat tip to another flat tip. But you can kind of see it if you look hard enough. But there we go. We've seen level on Samurai Saber, I think it's called. Weighs 2 grams. A little heavier than 2 grams. Here is 160, really good ratchet for attack, as the blade is an attack type. And a nice red. I like the red. It's a good red. That weighs like 6 grams, 6.1. All right, we'll take that. And here we have the new blade. Well, new-ish. It's like an Echo. Tyranno Beat? No, it's not Tyranno Beat. I forget what this is called. Someone in the comments let me know what it's called. But here we have the dinosaur. Tyranno Beat is a completely different Beyblade. I don't know why. And as you see here, the shape is very similar to a pretty older Beyblade, Phoenix Wing. Here's a side-by-side comparison. It is kind of rounded out compared to Phoenix, but the dips are like more dipped in, as you see there, compared to Phoenix Wing, where it's kind of got like a bump up here. So maybe it hits a bit harder, I'm not too sure, but I know the main point of contact is these little triangles on Phoenix Wing, and as you see, those little triangles are rounded out. So not sure if this is a better attacker or a worse attacker. I would put them in the same field, maybe. I don't know. These diamond bits do really carry the attack of Phoenix Wing. But once we flip, you can really see the similarities because of the plastic at the bottom. Look at side profile. Once again, it is rounded off there. Oh, it kind of arches up here. So does here. It arches up. This is the bump here on Phoenix Wing, but then it kind of divots in here, it kind of dips in there. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's there. And then this is the triangle point that has been rounded out there. So I will be battling with this one. I want to know which one is better, the dinosaur or the Phoenix. I want to know which blade is better. But let us weigh it for now. Let's see the weight difference between these two. 36 grams compared to Phoenix Wing. Ooh, what is that? What is that gram loss? Like 2? Ooh, that's 2 grams lost. Is it because of the paint? Maybe the paint. Does the paint add 2 more grams? There's no way, right? Maybe it's the point that's been shaved off. I don't know. Where's the weight loss here? Yeah, there's weight loss. I wonder where the weight's gone compared to these two. I guess there is more material on Phoenix Wing, but interesting. I thought it would just be like a 0.5 gram difference, but it seems like it is not. Anyways, I've been talking about this Beyblade too long. Let's move on to the next one. All right, here we have all the parts laid out once again. I'm gonna go even quicker now. Here we have is gear flat, high resistant bit. It is like a flat bit, but the gears go all the way down. We have seen this before, again, on Phoenix Wing, so it's a rather old bit. Nothing new, but in yellow. Here we have is 360, I believe. Correct, it is 360. Like the oldest ratchet ever. It does say Takara Tomy or TS Tomy, made in Vietnam, so I don't think this is a fake. I think this is real. Okay, here we go. And let's disassemble this CX blade. Kind of cool, it gives you a CX blade. And it gives you a CX blade with the random assist blade. You could only get this, well, previously you could only get this assist blade with Fox Brush. And in Japan, that is a random booster. But here, it is a regular booster. So you could just buy it off of the stores if you could see it. Mine's still on its way. But this is a really good shape for attack, only because it's so small and out of the way from the main blade, which is hilarious. Again, the assist blades are better when they're not assisting. But there we go. Very competitive assist blade, only because it doesn't assist. And that's pretty funny. If it focuses. None of my fingers. Bottom. Glad I have myself a copy of that. We've seen the Brave Blade before, and again, this combo is a pretty good combo because, as you see there, the Jaggy assist blade is just out of the way. There's no plastic protecting it. Maybe right there, but like that's about it. Maybe a little bit here. Side profile view of both of them combined, I guess. I know these two are a pretty good combo together. Bottom view. The black and yellow I'm not too crazy about, to be honest. And here is Hell something. Hell, I think it's just the Hell chip because Reaper is the blade, so it's just Hell, I guess. Yellow and black and green. I like the black skull, but I don't know if I like the yellow with it. I don't know. And it's not transparent at all. Pretty cool motif, I guess. Sure. It's got like little, I thought they were ears, but it's just more horns on the side. Finally, the last Beyblade 2 unbox. Oh wait, I forgot to weigh the parts. Let me just do that. Let's weigh them. Let me guess, 2 grams. 2 grams. Oh. I'm sounding so like ungrateful because of all these Beyblades. But man, I've done this like in one sitting. 6 grams. 6 grams. Jaggy, first time I'm wearing it. 5 grams, same as the A assist blade, whatever this is. Arrow, I'm gonna assume Arrow. 5, so they weigh the same, these two. Oh, let me see how this fits in here. I'm curious. Oh, look at that. Gets out of the way, but yeah, adds a layer. Huh. I haven't seen this combo at all, though. Interesting. Let's weigh that. 31 compared to the Pegasus blade. 32. So slightly lighter. And the gear chip, just like 1.7. There we go. Moving on again to the final Beyblade of this unboxing, Shark Scale. Here we have all the parts laid out with us. Starting off with the bit, which is like, what is it called? Like extra low flat, which is like flat, but 2 millimeters shorter than regular flat. Here is gear flat, because I just conveniently have it here. It is much shorter than low flat. I think it's, under flat. That's what it's called, I think. So instead of 1 millimeter shorter, it is 2 millimeters shorter, which is obviously good. I think everyone just wants their Beyblades to be shorter, so they don't get hit on the ratchet and they don't burst and they don't topple over. So very excited to finally have my hands on this. The not entire cut kind of implies there's gonna be a shorter one. but I find that hard to believe. But this is insanely short as is. Let me see if the surface area is the same. Yeah, it's about the same as there, but flat is kind of a boring bit, but it's just short now. It's boring but good. Old but gold. Here we have is 450. Whoops. 450 being the lowest ratchet. So now not only we have the lowest bit, we have the lowest ratchet here. Unfortunately is in the 4 shape, and it's not like the modified 4 shape. Let me quickly go get that. Here is the modified 4 shape compared to the regular 4 shape. This is 455 and this is 450. So I'm kind of wondering why they went back to the old shape when making the shorter ratchet. As you see there, it's like half a centimeter or a centimeter shorter, I forget. Then 455, but an insanely different shape. And it actually has bit resistance with the, I guess, 55 or 85 series. It does not matter what bit you put onto it. The burst resistance will be the same, but it does matter with this 455, which is, or with this 450, I mean, which is interesting. I'm not sure why they went back to the older design with this ratchet and the resistance at all. I don't know why there's special 55 and 85 ratchets. Maybe just to have different shapes and stuff. I don't know. I always thought the nerf for the bit resistance was the reason for the low height, but I guess not anymore. So expect to see this all the time. Everyone using this because it's so low. It isn't a terrible shape though, because no one likes 4 points. So maybe there is a chance that it will burst, and maybe that's why they went back to the older design. I don't know. But excited to have this ratchet. Oh, finally, we have the blade, the legendary shark scale. I brain farted so hard. And even shark scale, the blade itself is so low. Like the blades are thin. And side profile, it's like a gash. It kind of reminds me of Longness from Burst. As you see here, maybe I'll do a battle between those two, but as you see, the plastic is even, the metal's even recessed downwards compared to like a regular blade. Do I have a UX here? Here's my UX. So here's Scorpio Spear. You can see the plastic there, but the plastic is like raised up to recess the metal blade further down, as you see here. So here's the plastic where the ratchet clicks onto, if it'll focus. There's the plastic. So if I line those two up, even the blade is lowered. So I love that they leaned so hard onto the upper or lower attacks of this Beyblade. Look how low that thing is. And again, very aggressive shape, like lost Longness or Guilty Longness, I forget its name. Flipping it over, it is very unbalanced. Huge gap of metal there, and over here it's filled in. So will be unbalanced. It won't. Hopefully it'll kind of nerf it enough to make this not a threat. But from what I've been seeing, it's still a threat even with this unbalanced nerf that everyone's just using this on the lowest combo. Like you don't even need to change the combo. It's aggressive enough. It's low enough. It's good enough. Oh, I just realized there's screws there. Are there usually screws here? Oh, there is. Okay. I was gonna say, I thought I was used to the rivets, like here. See how they're rivets? But then here they're screws. No, of course it is. It's a UX Beyblade. UX, you could unscrew them. Anyways, that's just a little note. But bottom, top, cool character. I just love the shark little motif too. And then side profile. It doesn't feel too heavy, but the shape, I'm sure will save it. 2 grams. Woohoo. I'm tired of measuring those. 6 grams. Woohoo. We have the blade. 37. 37. It's got some weight to it. Again, well wave for comparison. 38, so 1 gram less than well wave. I was expecting this to be lighter, but it is not. It's even lighter than the dinosaur that it comes with. This is like 40 grams if I remember. Yeah, 40 grams, almost. We finally did it. Reviewed all the Beyblades I got from Zenmarket. Let's fully assemble it and wrap this video up. I've been babbling about Beyblades you've all seen months ago at this point. All right, let's do a final weigh-in of all the Beyblades combined in order of how I unboxed them. So here's Tricera press. Really like how this combo looks together. Looks nice. The blades line up with the ratchet. Not sure if the ratchet's going to be any good. The bit is fine. I don't really like the color of the bit. But there we go. The full combo weighs almost 50 grams. And I'll just keep using Whale Wave as reference because I just recently unboxed it. So it weighs about the same as Whale Wave. Moving on, I'll leave that one there, to Samurai Scabbard. I'm tired. Samurai Saber. No, Samurai Calibur. Samurai Calibur. And it looks so goofy being so tall, but in person, it's not that bad. But I feel like on camera, it just makes it look more dumb and goofy. Really like, it took me a while, but I like the color combo that it has here. And the fact that it's so tall, it threw me off so hard. Don't know how I feel about these little bumps. It's not a perfect circle anymore with these plastic or rubber bumps there. It's so wide. This weighs 45 grams. So it's a bit lighter than Tricera press. Moving on, what was the next Beyblade we unboxed? Oh, Scorpio Spear, or Scorpion Spear. This looks chunky combined. I really like how this looks combined together in this color combo. This splash of blue adds a bit. It is blue. I know on camera it kind of looks purpley, but I think it looks really cool. And again, to show the gimmick, once it hits the extreme line, it twists the plastic out of the way, and those little plastic prongs block you from launching it like this. So it must be in defense mode to launch. Full combo weighs probably 50 grams. I was gonna say more than 50 grams, but it was not more than 50 grams. Next one was Pegasus Blast, I think it's called. I've already forgotten the name. This one looks, I'm gonna say it, kind of stupid with the combo, like reboot driver. I forgot what the bit combo thing was called. I don't think you even talked about that. It is chunky, like compared to this. Look how chunky that is. So it looks a bit silly from the side profile, but I still really like the color combo too. He's just gonna be ashamed to see all this peel off eventually. Full combo weighs, wow, this one's over 52 grams. The next one was, I believe, oh, the dinosaur, whatever it's called. It looks cool. I preferred if the tip was a different color. The black there, it just kind of throws me off. I know there's black on the gear chip, or chip, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know, just the black part, I don't think it suits it very well. Just there. Wish it was like a, I don't know, red or something. I feel like that would work better. Full combo, 44. Here we have Brave Hell, or Hell Brave, with the Jaggy. Not a big fan of gear flat. That's it. Good way to get Jaggy too, with good Beyblades, I guess. I think this combo is pretty good, to be honest. Just not a big fan of gear flat. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I battled with gear flat. This weighs 46 grams. Finally. Shark. Scale Shark. I don't like the name of Scale Shark. I'm gonna say it. I think it kind of sounds dumb. What the? Just noticed the plastic's like kind of differently on each side. Interesting. And this is short, the side profile. Let me flip it upside down. This is short. I love how this Beyblade looks. The purple and like pink red kind of makes it really stand out. And it's like, this is Shark Edge or Shark Scale. This weighs 45, so I think this is our lightest, right? No, I'm wrong, right? No, it was the dinosaur that was the lightest Beyblade out of this bunch. Yeah. All right, there was the super massive Beyblade unboxing review. Had a lot of fun making this video. Glad to know that Zenmarket did not scam me. Saved quite a few dollars ordering through Zenmarket. Probably will in the future order through Zenmarket. Again, not sponsored, but of course do your due diligence. There are some low rated sellers, like I said. Macari is where I got most of these Beyblades, and it's like an eBay but in Japan, so I'm sure there's some bad apples there willing to sell you mid fakes and all that. So again, make sure you do your due diligence. And finally, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. If anyone made it to the end, I highly doubt it, but thank you so much. Even if you skipped towards the end to see like the final weigh-ins or whatever, appreciate ya, and let me know which of these Beyblades you'd like to see a marathon battle with next. And like, comment, and subscribe. That's pretty much it. See ya.